Hello everyone, I am the African Streamline. And today, let me ask you a simple question. What if I told you that the self-charging technology already exists? Not some pioneer sky concept, but the real working tech right now in 2025. You probably think I'm watching too many sci-fi movies, but I'm getting serious. We're talking about breakthroughs that make Tesla superchargers look like toys. Forget BYD, forget Tesla, forget. This is about breaking free from the grid entirely, and it's all thanks to an African inventor, Maxwell Chikonbutso.
Just curious, with all your clients locked down, what's going to happen with all that money?
Like I said, I'm good with calculation.
You can't go to Cal.
This guy, a high school dropout, has developed something so revolutionary, so disruptive, that is sending shockwaves through the entire automotive and energy industry. I'm not talking about some small-scale experiment either. We're talking about mid-side XUV, a superbike, even Whisper's self-powered airplane, all running on Chikonbutso's technology. Buckle up, folks, because they were diving deeper into the world of Maxwell Chikonbutso, a world where energy is free, abundant, and controlled by the people, not the corporation, keeping us running rat race playing donkey tricks. Playing with something close to my heart. Motorcycles. Now bikes have always been simple to freedom ride, but they come with a cut, fuel costs, oil changes, a never-ending drain in their wallet. Don't get me started with the price of charging EV that is more expensive than both car and parts combined. Electric bike was supposed to be the answer, but range anxiety, charging times, not exactly liberating. Now imagine a world where you have your open superbike, feel the wind in your hair, and never even have to think about gas stations or plugging in. That's not just a promise of Chikonbutso self-charging technology, but I really add in 2025, which will be very unveiling shortly. No more stopping from gas, no more wrenching anxiety, just pure uninterrupted pure pleasure. Think about what this means, especially in parts of the world like Africa and Asia, where motorcycles are more than just hobbies. They're lifelines. Farmers could transport goods to market without fuel costs while eating in the profits. Delivery services could operate around the clock, boosting efficiency and slashing expenses. Entire economy could be revolutionized. But here's the thing, this technology doesn't just liberate individuals, it disrupts the entire industries. Think about the gas stations, the oil companies, the battery manufacturers, all those giants built on our dependence on fast fuels and limited energy sources versus giving us hope in the products. That's where things getting, because we have a technology that can potentially dismantle these multi-billion-dollar industries. You can bet they push back. Powerful bosses do everything they can to discredit it, suppress it, maybe even make it disappear entirely. But we're not going to let them. We are going to shine the light on this technology, share it with the world, and empower individuals to break free from the chains of the energy dependence.
My name is Maxwell Sangulani Chikonbutso. God has given me something that is going to change the world.
The world told him it was impossible. Scientists scoffed, corporations dismissed him, and even his own life was threatened. But Maxwell Chikonbutso, a high school dropout from Zimbabwe, refused to be silenced. He dared to dream of a future powered by clean energy, a future where Africa leads the way in technological invention. And now, he has now unleashed inventions that could disrupt the entire industry. This is the Kai Scythe, an electric car that never needs charging, has unlimited range, zero emissions, and ability to power your entire home. And that's not all. He's also built a racing motorbike that risks gasoline in the dust. Television say that needs no batteries or external power supply, and a green power grid machine that produces clean, continuous energy without a single drop out of fuel. All powered by his revolutionary microsonic energy technology. But what is this mysterious energy source? And how did a self-taught inventor from Africa achieve what established scientists deemed impossible? Today's video will answer all these questions and also look at why he's been facing pattern challenges for his inventions. Alright folks, back it up folks, because we're taking a home level. Forget self-driving cars, we're talking about self-charging airplanes. Imagine a world where those massive metal bars soaring through the sky, guzzling down thousands of gallons of jet fuels, spewing pollution into our atmosphere. Imagine airlines freed from expensive cost of fuel, able to afford address the cheaper flights, making travel accessible to everyone, not just a privileged few. Imagine the environment packed, clean air, reduced carbon emissions, air pollution. Is that the top end dream, right? But here's the thing, it's not a dream. Maxwell Chikonbutso claims to have developed technology to make this reality, and if it's true, it's not just the aviation industry that needs to watch out in the entire energy sector. Think about the oil tycoons, the energy moguls, the politicians with deep pockets lined by the fossil fuel industry. They built empires on our dependence on oil. They really think they're going to sit back and watch their fortunes evaporate as the airplanes start running on free limited energy? Of course not. They'll fight to the nail to discredit this technology, to bury it under the mount of bureaucracy, to make sure it never see the light of day. They use their money, their influence, their control over the media to paint Chikon Butso as a fraud, a charlatan, anything to protect their interests. We're also going to unveil the cost price of these revolutionary cars and a whole lot more. Maxwell Chikon Butso was born in Zimbabwe in 1980 and grew up in a high-density suburb of Dubuliro, Harare. His early life was marked by financial hardships, forcing him to drop out of school just 14 years old. However, what he lacked in formal education, he more than made up with it for brilliant curiosity from engineering. From a young age, Chikon Butso displayed an extraordinary ability to invent and build complex devices using scrap materials. In the late 1990s, he began working on innovative projects, crafting gadgets such as radio transmitter, digital navigator, and a turbine engine. His love for technology was purely distraught, driven by unshakable belief in his God-given ability. According to Chikon Butso, his inventions were divinely inspired, ideas that he received from his visions during the night. Chikon Butso's inventive spark ignited back in 2009 when he shifted his focus to green energy. He envisioned the world where power could be harnessed from the very air around us, leading him to develop his revolutionary microsonic energy technology. This technology, according to Maxwell, functions by means of capturing and converting radio waves into usable energy, a concept that has put in this and vast this community. Before we dive into how his latest advancements in the automotive industry could describe the Tesla market, let's take a closer look at some of these remarkable vast inventions and how it can positively impact the entire continent and the world at large. The wireless self-powered television. Chikon Butso once showcased a television set that does not require external power. At the heart of this technology is the same microsonic energy system that converts radio frequency into usable electricity. This means the TV can run indefinitely without relying on cords, cables, or batteries. The benefit of this self-powered TV, if they get produced in large scale, are truly transformative. Millions of people living in remote areas without access to electricity can be able to enjoy entertainment and their education content. Moreover, households in urban centers too can save significantly on electricity bills, as traditional TVs are notorious energy guzzlers.
So this is the first television in the world that uses self-power to say. It is all in one. You don't need to put it on electricity or on solar panel or anything. As it is a complete solution. Behind the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power, as you can see. The television is working as it is. So in layman, I think this television is we can call it a self-powered television.
Next, we have the green power of grid machine. This is another groundbreaking invention by Maxwell that generates electricity using the same microsonic principle.
What we're looking at is called the green power of grid machine. It is 0.5 megawatts, and we are relying with the radio frequency. Behind a radio frequency converted into pure energy that is useful.
This device can generate electricity without a solar panel or traditional energy grids and can supply hundreds of households. If fully developed, this can be a solution for Africa's energy crisis. It could provide cheap and clean energy to rural areas with limited or no access to electricity. Before we continue, please support our effort to keep bringing these videos by donating a super thanks of any amount of the channel. Thank you. Now let's talk about the self-sustaining racing motorcycles. Alongside the Kai Scythe, Chikon Butso introduced a high-performance racing motorcycle that also runs on microsonic energy. This motorbike does not need fuel or recharging and has been designed for both racing and commercial use. Currently, there's no official price resist for the racing bike, but its affordable production cost means it could become widely accessible in Africa and beyond. Now, let's look at the elephant in the room, the self-powered electric car, the Kai Scythe. The Kai Scythe, developed in partnership with China automakers Kai, it's a ingenuity. But the specifics of this microsonic energy technology remain undisclosed due to some concern. The car's potential is undeniable. These cars boast several remarkable features that set them apart from conventional electric vehicles. Perhaps the most revolutionary is their unlimited driving range. Unlike traditional electric cars that rely on charging stations and have limited mileage before needing a recharge, the Kai Scythe continuously powers itself using Chikonbuzo's proprietary microsonic energy technology. This eliminates the range anxiety that plagues many electric vehicles also and make long-distance travels a seamless possibility. Beyond its self-sustainability, the Kai Scythe is also built for performance. It can reach a top speed of 220 kilometers per hour, approximately 137 miles per hour, putting it in direct competition with high-performance electric currently on the market. This impressive speed, combined with its unlimited range, makes the Kai Scythe a compelling option for drivers who desire both sustainability and exhilarating performance. It's not just about saving the planet, it's about enjoying the thrill of the drive. Adding another layer of practicality, the Kai Scythe features a home power supply capability. Similar to Tesla's Powerwall technology, the car connects as a backup power source for a household in the event of a power outage, or even as a regular home energy that needs. The Kai Scythe can seamlessly switch to powering lights, appliances, and other essential devices. This feature transforms the car from the mode of transportation to into a valuable asset in independence and resilience. Of course, the Kai Scythe's most significant advantage is environment friendliness. Because it doesn't require fuel or traditional charging, the car produces zero tailpipe emissions. This contributes to cleaner air, reduces reliance on fossil fuels, and helps mitigate the effects of climate change. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the Kai Scythe is designed with affordability in mind. Chikonbuzo estimates the manufacturing cost to be around $14,000 per unit. This price point is significantly lower than most electric vehicles currently available globally, making the Kai Scythe potentially accessible to a much wider market. If mass-produced, this affordability could democratize access to electric transportation, particularly in developing nations where cost is a major barrier. But we're not going to let them win. We're going to keep them asking them questions, keep sharing information, no matter how much they try to silence us. The future of energy is at stake, and we can't afford to let greed and corruption stand in the way of progress. Let's talk about the dirty little secret of the electric vehicle revolution barriers. We're told EVs are the green solution, the answer to our pollution woes. But what about the environmental impact of mining where those earth minerals, toxic waste created when our barriers reach the end of their lives? We're replacing one form of pollution with another, all while lining the pockets of mining corporations and batteries manufacturers. It's a vicious cycle and it's not sustainable. But what if there was a way to power a vehicle without relying on these toxic finance resources? That's the promise of Chikonbuzo's technology. No more lithium-ion batteries, no more mining operations destroying ecosystems, no more mountains of electric waste piling up in landfills. Just clean, sustainable, infinite energy. Imagine a world where we're not constantly scrambling for the next energy source, where we're not poisoning our planet in the name of progress. Imagine a world where energy is abundant and accessible to all, not just a select few. But that's a terrifying thought for the corporation that controls our current energy systems. They thrive on scarcity, on dependence, on keeping us up on their products. A world where energy is free and plentiful is a world where they lose their grip on power. If they're not going to give up without a fight, they'll use their vast resources to discredit Chikonbuzo's work, to spread misinformation, to sow doubt in the minds of the public. They'll do everything they can to maintain their stranglehold on the energy sector, but we're not going to let them win. We're going to keep asking questions, keep demanding transparency, and keep pushing for a future where energy is right, not a privilege. The health of our planet depends on it. For decades, we've been told that we need the energy giants that will depend on their oil, their gas, their electricity grids. They've carefully constructed a system where we're at their mercy, they control the flow of energy and extension by lives. What could break free from that system? What if we could generate our own power, our homes, our cars, our lives without relying on these corporate gatekeepers? That's the true potential of Chicken Boso's technology. It's not just about cars or airplanes, it's about energy independence on global scale. Imagine a world where developing world nations are no longer beholden to form energy companies, where communities can power themselves with clean, sustainable energy. Imagine a world where the power literally shifts from the hands of the few corporations to the hands of the people. A powerful vision to one that terrifies those who benefit from the status quo. The energy cartel, the vested with an influence, will stop at nothing to maintain their grip and power. They'll use their political connections to stifle information, their media control shape the narrative, their financial might crash in competition. They'll paint Chicken Boso as a threat, as a radical, a danger to the very fabric of society. They'll use fuel and uncertainty to keep trapping the system, but we can't let them win. We need to see through the propaganda, recognize the prayer interests or not our interests. We need to support innovators like Chicken Boso to demand a future where energy is a force for good, not a tool for control. Let's be honest, folks. If this self-charging technology came from a Silicon Valley startup or a multinational corporation, it would be plastered all over the news. We'll be bombarded with the ads. Governments will be throwing money at it. Everyone will be talking about it. But an inventor from Africa, a high school dropout, no less, developed something this groundbreaking, that could change the world. Crickets. Why the silence? Why the skepticism? It's a pattern we've seen time and time throughout history. Brilliant minds often outside established power structures in making incredible breakthroughs threaten status quo. And what happens? The ridicule, the discredited, silenced. Remember John Keynes just in his radio waves cancer treatment, or something mad in his powered car? These inventors and countries are at the verge of something extraordinary, something that could have benefited humanity in profound ways. But their work was to make with resistance, with doubt, with outright hostility. Why? Because their inventions were threatening powerful interests. They challenged the established of order, disrupted industries, and promised a future the old rules no longer applied. And those in power, those who benefit from the way things are, will do whatever it takes to maintain their control. So what can we do? We can't let them win. We need to be vigilant, to question everything, to think critically about the influence, support independent inventors to share their stories, to amplify their voices, because the truth is out there, folks. The technology's better future exists, but it's up to us to fight for, to demand it, to make sure it doesn't get buried under a mountain of greed and corruption. Look, I'm not saying we should all become off-grid hammers living a tax-free utopia, but we need to wake up and realize that the current system, our system built on our dependent security and control, is not serving us. It's time to demand better. The technology for a cleaner, more sustainable, equitable future is within our grasp, but it's up to us to fight for it.